Hey, we are live. Gonna have my daughter go check my YouTube page, make sure it's actually playing, so she can hear me. Mara, I would appreciate that. And literally no one is here, I'm sure, but yeah, here we are. We're gonna do a it's a fantasy football salary cap draft. 15 players, $200, $200 budget. That's $200 in fake money. The buy-in for the league was $20. So like yesterday, just mostly a friendly league. But yeah, it's going to start here in about 5-6 minutes, and I'm going to double check some things and get shoot out some links. But yeah, so to the none of you that are listening right now, thanks for being here. All right, let's share this link. All right, bear with me here for a sec. All right, so shared the link to Facebook, and yeah, here we go. Let's start talking about this. Basically, this is a salary cap draft, and you have a $200 budget. That again, it's not a real $200, but each player has a value, a suggested value. Basically, goes through, and each team coach will nominate a player, and they'll nominate a player with a certain dollar amount. The maximum amount is it is basically you have 15 players and $200. So if you wanted to, you could nominate somebody for $186, which would be really dumb. But sorry, I'm just readjusting here. So yeah, there are a couple different strategies. I've never done this in football before. Done it in baseball. There's what they call the studs and scrubs strategy, where you basically spend all of your budget right away and get really good players, and then just fill out your team with whoever's left. Then there is the balance strategy, where you try to basically balance your team out, and instead of getting like the big time guys, maybe you get like a couple first, second rounders, but then try to keep everything maybe I don't know, 6th, 7th round, whatever. I really don't know how it's going to work in football. I don't know what strategy I'm going to use here. I'm going to just kind of wing it. And see what happens. Christian McCaffrey is going to be the most expensive. Looks like his projected value is $68, and his average bid is $78. Oh, looks like the draft is starting in 10 minutes. Huh, okay. It's weird. I thought it started right at 4. So we have a little time. So yeah, basically what that means is they, Yahoo puts a value on the player. Their value, their projected value for Christian McCaffrey is $68. The average salary that people are paying for him, though, is $78. So that 78, say you got Christian McCaffrey for $78. That $78 would then come out of the $200 budget that you have, and you would have $122 left. That's a lot of money to spend on one player, but it is Christian McCaffrey. I mean, it's clearly the best player in fantasy football, possibly football period. Although I would make an argument for Patrick Mahomes. One, because it's valid, and two, because I love the Chiefs. So, in fantasy baseball, I tried the studs and scrubs strategy, and I also tried the balance strategy, and I tried a mix of the two. Okay, yeah, here we go. Anyway, the balance strategy didn't actually pan out. I was kind of surprised. The studs and scrubs worked pretty well, and a combination strategy really worked. So yeah, you see people bidding here. We're on Puka Nakua. Every time someone bids, there's 10 seconds for another bid. I like Puka. I'll toss in a bid here. I don't know how high I'll go. Don't want to have to worry about a sophomore slump or whatever. But we'll make a little run at him. See if we can get him. $41 would be a really good deal. I don't think I'm going any higher than that, though. We'll see if we can. This will be my last bid. It'll bring him in under projected, and maybe someone will come in and spend a little more money. Okay, we got Puka for 43. I'm okay with that. I think that's a fairly decent value. And yeah, so now we're at Christian Watson. The projected value on him is $2. Average is $1.50. What usually happens with these lower value players, when they get nominated early, people end up spending way too much money on them. I mean, someone just spent double on what his projected value should have been. I don't know. It was only $4, but still, it's kind of a waste in my opinion. I'm not going to go after McCaffrey. All right. Yeah, I'm out on this. Basically, for what's being spent on McCaffrey here, you can get a couple of other players, maybe even like 3 players that are all just as good. Together will be just as good. One thing I like to do, I like to nominate lower value players, just to make people spend their money, but I also like to make sure that they're people I'd be fine with getting, just in case no one bids. So Dallas Goedert, Projected value is 2. I'm not going to bid on him. So it's up to 2 right now. It doesn't look like people are going to spend any more money on him. But yeah. So that's fine. I would have taken him for 1 for sure. But so I probably shouldn't have nominated him because he would have been the kind of guy that I would have been really happy to be left over, for $1 when everyone's out of money. But there are going to be a lot of guys like that. For instance, on one of my fantasy baseball teams, excuse me, the 3 best players on my team I all got for $1 because they were left over when no one had any money left. So I didn't either, but I was able to snag them pretty cheap. Most of the time the money gets spent early, and there can be pretty big lulls in here where not a whole lot is happening. So I'll try to fill up the space as much as possible. I do like to talk a lot, so hey, I'll talk a lot. So yeah, this is the kind of thing where, I don't know, having a balanced team might just work a little better for football. Fantasy baseball, the way I play it, it's not really a point thing. You're like competing in categories. And your bench is smaller. You've got a lot more starters. Man, I really like Pacheco, but he's gone. That's high. Yeah, I think I'll wait. I don't know though. I think I'll fill out a starting team, and then I'll just get whatever scrubs I can find after that. So I'll worry about quarterback, skill positions, but kicker, defense, backups. I'll probably just wait for the dollar bargains. So we got CD Lamb. That's actually I'll offer 60. I don't think I'll go higher. But if I can get him for 60, I'll be happy. Someone came in at the last minute. This is where you need to stick to, I said a maximum of 60. I could have gotten him for 62, probably. But, you end up getting in a bidding war with someone and you plan on spending 60. Next thing you know, you spent $70 on a guy whose value's not really there. Or not really that high, I guess. Garrett Wilson. Aaron Rodgers has a good year. Garrett will have a great year. He's a fantastically talented young receiver. But with the Jets are always a crapshoot. I like Saleh. I like their coach. I like their coordinator. I think they've given Aaron Rodgers a little bit too much control over the team, which is kind of weird. I might try to get in on Wilson. I don't know if I'll even go up to the projected value of $48 though. We'll see what happens. We'll see how quickly he rises. You got some people that are just auto. They have it set to auto bid, which is what this greasy whatever guy's doing. So 45 is my top greasy guy. He automatically went over. I'll go 47. If he's automatically bidding higher, that means he's going to keep bidding higher. So basically, I just made him spend an extra $3-4, and he can have him for 48. So yeah. And I apologize. I need to get I need to get something where I can like prop up my phone so I can actually like look at the camera rather than down at my phone constantly. But this is what it is. It's only attempt 2. It's going a lot better than yesterday. So we got Devontae Adams. I like him a lot. I like the Raiders coaching staff. As a Chiefs fan, I hate the Raiders. But yeah, we got some people, they're auto bidding here, and I'm not exactly sure how the auto bidding works here, but I probably should have checked that out before I started. I might need to look that up, because if we've got people auto bidding, you're going to know what their ceiling is, and you can bid them up. I'm not going to, yeah, I wasn't going to bid on Devontae. I like the guy, but yeah, no thanks. Joe Mixon, Houston, I think I'm going to go after him. I think he's worth more than the $20 average. So I might go a little higher than that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This greasy whatever. Greasy something. I don't know. I can't see the whole name. All right. So Mixon is approaching 20. Greasy's in there. Greasy should come in with another auto bid, but doesn't look like he did. Oh, he did now. I'll go 21. So looks like Greasy's out. And I got me some Joe Mixon. So quite happy with that. I think that the Texans are, I think they're going to be a juggernaut this year. Their defense is much improved. Their receiving core is just insane. Nico Collins and is, you know, he was their number one guy. Tank Dell's just an amazing deep threat. Now they got Stephon Diggs. C.J. Stroud, he's a future Hall of Famer. Let's not kid ourselves here. I think he'll have a couple of Super Bowls minimum by the time he's done. So yeah. Bijan Robinson, he's up to 62 right now. I think that's a fair price for him, but yeah, I don't. I think I could probably get 2 players almost as good for the price that was just paid for him. But I do like Bijan Robinson quite a bit, especially with their new offensive system and with Kirk Cousins in there. I don't like the way he was used last year. I mean, people say it was kind of a disappointment. He had a great year. It was just really inconsistent. But he came on really strong at the end. And I think he's just going to feast this year. Catches the ball really well out of the backfield, and he has someone who can throwing it to him. So, Michael Pittman. So, Greasy whatever is doing the auto bidding, and is spending a lot of money. They've already spent $112 of their $200 budget, and they're auto bidding on this one on Pittman right now. I'm gonna bid on him. They'll outbid me in all likelihood. Yep. Let's bid him up a little bit more. Yep. A little bit more. I'm fine if I get him for 23. Okay. Bid up Nick's notable team. So, cool. And I've got $136 of my budget left. I want Tyreek, but I'm not going to spend that for him. I think he's an injury risk. Receivers last a lot longer than running backs. Tyreek, he kind of runs like a running back a lot of the time. He takes a lot of hits, takes a lot of abuse. He's a little bit older. Had some injuries last year. But still, I think Tyreek is outstanding and worth every bit of that. All right, so here I'm going to nominate a guy that I don't want so that people spend money on him and they have less money to spend. I don't want Justin Jefferson because I don't like the Minnesota quarterback situation. So let's get Greasy here spending more money. Or any team that wants to spend more money, let's get him spending. So we got up to 46, projected value 68, average is 61. I don't see him going over that. I'm not going to bid on him. Even for like 50, I don't know. Little tiny bit of an injury history, and last year when he got hurt, he really wasn't in a hurry to get back. That's good. That's fine. I mean, I don't have any problem with a player trying to protect themselves. They owe us fantasy coaches nothing. The fans are how they get paid, but they're the ones putting themselves out there, putting their bodies on the line, taking the chance of likely being potentially crippled. You take hits like that, you blow out your knee 2-3 times. Yeah, that's not going to be fun when you get older. So I don't blame Justin Jefferson for taking his time to come back. Don't blame him at all. But as a fantasy coach, it's something that something I'm gonna think about. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Man, I like this guy a lot. So what do I got so far? I got Puka and I got Joe. Might make a small run here, maybe. I don't know. I'll offer 55, and it immediately got outbid. All right, this is going too high for me. He's definitely worth it, but again, it's about spending your money wisely, and I think that I can get more value by waiting. I think chances are that Puka Nakua is going to have just as good of a year, and I got him for 30% less than Amon-Ra St. Brown just went for. Kyron Williams. He was one of my excuse me. He was one of my like big sleeper steals last year. I drafted Cam Akers in my first draft, and that was a team. It was a friendly league. It was just friends, but no money was involved or anything. But that was the one I really wanted to win. That was the one I cared about the most, just for bragging rights and all that. Which didn't turn out well. That's another story. But yeah, I picked up Kyron Williams immediately. I didn't. He wasn't even on my radar before the season, but I picked him up after game one. Yeah, I saw the writing on the wall for Akers. I'll go 36, but I don't think I'll go higher than that. If I can get him for that, I think that's a good value. Okay, well, someone else wanted him for more. I'm not going higher. There's the question, was last year a fluke? He did have some injuries. Last year was the first time he's been primary ball carrier. No one was really excited about him to begin the year. Yeah, but I think he's a great player. I mean, he won a couple leagues for me. Him and Puka Nakua. I snagged both of them everywhere I could as fast as I could. I even got Puka. I actually drafted him in one league with my last pick. Jared Allen. I'm concerned. Jared Allen's a stud no matter what. But do I want him in what appears to be a rebuilding year in Buffalo? I don't know. 21, sure. All right, but not. I'll go 24. If I can get Josh Allen for $24, that will be a steal. All right, got my quarterback, Josh Allen. I think I called him Jared Allen a minute ago. I don't know why. Different people. All right, I'm happy with that. Josh Allen for 24. Heck yeah. Love it. Okay, so let's take a look at where we're at here. So I got top receiver, probably, I don't know, Mixon could be running back one. Got my starting quarterback. So yeah, I'm happy so far. Marvin Harrison Jr. I am super curious about how this guy is going to do. I like Kyler Murray. The injury kind of spooked me last year, but I actually picked him up and stuck him on the injured reserve in every league I was in, and he ended up being my starter in a couple of them at the end of the year. And he won one of the leagues for me. So I was in 10 leagues last year. I won 4. I finished in the money in 6. Yeah, I finished in the money in the 6 out of 10. Of course, one of those wasn't for money, but 6 out of 9, winning 4 of them. That was a pretty good year. Now the the different story that I was talking about, that was in the friendly league that I was in with some buddies. I started out 0-5. Man, my team got decimated by injuries. Eckler, I had Justin Fields was my number one quarterback, and Richardson was my backup. I knew they were injury risks, so I grabbed David Carr at the very end of the draft just in case. All three of those guys got hurt through the season. And, Cam Akers, it was clear that he wasn't the number one running back after week one. Austin Eckler was my other running back. I don't even remember my receivers. Mark Andrews was my tight end. He got hurt. I started 0-5 and I renamed my team Injury Report. And then I won 9 straight. And like I have said in the past, which is the one video so far, but what I say to everyone I talk about this to is that the waiver wire is your best friend. So, I mean, most of my team was hurt. I had to drop players because I didn't have enough room on my bench and injured reserve. Derrick Henry, whose name I couldn't remember yesterday, I'm staying away from him. I love him. He's one of my favorite running backs ever, but just the age bothers me. I don't know. Yeah, I was thinking maybe I'd go 40, but I would already have to go over that. So yeah, Derrick Henry's, he's approaching the end of his career. I certainly hope he doesn't. I hope the guy plays for another 5 years and just runs over people like they're toddlers, the way he usually does. But reality is different. Cheers. Got my 4 p.m. beer here. Basically, this kind of came on me a little bit faster than I expected, so I didn't have time to make lunch. So, drink beer. As long as you don't drink too many of them, they're actually good for you. Achan. Man. Incredible talent. Massive risk. But I think it's a risk worth. I think it's worth it. I'm going to try to get him. So, make my intentions known now. Usually people come in like right at the last second with some bids, but hopefully no one does. I'll go over that. All right, 28's my last bid. That's more than his projection, probably more than I should pay, but I like the guy I want. Okay. So, football team, spent 29, and I'm okay with that because the more people spend, the less they have to spend. So right now we got Nick's notable team has 132. They've taken 2 players so far. Marjorie team has 66 left, and they've taken 3 players, so clearly a top-heavy approach. Let's see, Neil W, football team, Andrew's awesome team, Ellen's expert team, RDK. They all still have some money. One of my strategies here is to try to get people to spend their money. Cooper Kupp. I think Cooper's going to have a great year. I think Cooper's worth. I think he's worth more than the 20, but I think it's crazy where it's going right now. $28. I wouldn't have gone that high no matter what, but I've already got Puka Nacua, so getting in on those high-powered offenses can really pan out sometimes. I mean, last year there was a guy in one of our leagues. He's a Dolphins fan. He literally picked almost nothing but Dolphins. The only time he didn't pick a Dolphin was when there wasn't one to pick. And he didn't get Tyreek because he didn't have high enough of a pick. But I played him the week that they dropped 70 on the Broncos, and he just kicked the crap out of me. He made the playoffs and finished third. That's how amazing the offense was. When he drafted Achane, everyone's like, who? But it worked. I think he didn't get Tyreek, but he had Waddle, and he had like two of their other receivers, I think. He had their defense. I don't think he got Tua. So yeah, he didn't get Tua and Tyreek, but basically the rest of his team was Dolphins. Mostert. All right, so my turn to nominate, and I want people to spend money, so let's nominate Chase. So yeah, the way I see it, the more people spend early, the better it is for me. I should be able to pick up some good deals at some pretty good values. It's going to backfire, say, if Jamar goes for, under his value. They're still spending money, but I want them to overspend. Do I want to go after Chase? Yeah, nah. I'll let them bid him up. So it looks like Greasy's no longer auto bidding. You can tell they're auto bidding. There's like a little circle next to the team name. Does not look like anyone is auto bidding right now. So we'll have to keep that in mind. There's a certain percentage, like when you auto bid, that's based on, I don't know if it's based on, I think you can set it, but it's based on either the projected value or the average value. And the auto bid will go up to a certain percentage of or over that value. And if you know what that is, and you pay attention, you can figure out what an auto bidder's highest bid is going to be. Now, I failed on, who was it? I failed to do that on Josh Allen, but it worked out for me because I think 24 was a steal, especially that early. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, I'd be going after him if I didn't have Josh Allen already. But if the bidding is slow, then we'll have to think about it. Oh man, my Mac is battery's about to die. All right, we're gonna have to reconfigure some things here, so we're gonna disconnect that for the moment so we can plug the computer in. All right, so Jalen Hurts went for 18. I'm gonna try to get this back on, but the way I had it hooked up yesterday caused me some problems. And I think it was because I had too many things plugged into a USB hub. So I'm going to try to do that again and see if we can make it work. All right, so Mike Evans is up right now. His projected value is 37, average is 29. He's up to 20. I just offered 21. Someone else just bumped up to 22, 23. Yeah, so he's moving on up there. I think he'll probably come in under, definitely under his projected. With Baker, I think Baker's still their quarterback. I called him the Browns quarterback yesterday. But yeah, there's some question marks there. I don't know. Is Baker that good? Has he just been unlucky? I think that it might be. I mean, I don't know. The Browns are where players go to, unless you're a running back, or maybe a defensive guy. It's where a player goes to in their career. So I do admire Baker. He stuck it out for a while, and he is now with the Bucs. I think he took him to the playoffs last year. Mahomes is up right now. I've got 15 bid on him, and might just get him. And I just got Patrick Mahomes. So my two quarterbacks are Mahomes and Josh Allen, and I'm thrilled with that because I get them for good price. Travis Etienne. I'm going to get him if I can. And it'll be him and Mixon. So he's up to 27 right now. Projected and average are both 33. I have $97 left. I'll go up to 35 on him. So just bid 31. Now it's up to 32. All right, bidding 30. Oh, someone else bid 34. All right, 35. I'm at my top. If I get him, great. If not, oh well. All right, someone outbid me. So we'll move on from Travis Etienne, and I'll try to get this. Try to get my phone working here again. Or get it on the screen anyway. All right, so we got AJ Brown, who I'm not gonna go after. Too much money. So I guess I wasn't sure what approach I was going to take. As it turns out, I appear to be taking the balanced approach. So AJ is up to 41. Now 42. I offered 43 just for the heck of it. Actually, I offered 44 just for the heck of it. He's up to 45 now. All right, I'm done. I think I can wait and get the other Eagle for quite a bit less. Is that Devontae Smith? Yeah, I can't remember. I often do not remember names all that well. Okay, let's see if we can get the phone back up. Yep, there we go. All right, Josh Jacobs. I do need another running back, and I do like him, but I don't know if I like him enough to bid this much. He's up to 27, 28. Packers like to do the running back by committee thing a lot. I don't think they're going to do that with Jacobs. But honestly, when it comes to fantasy, the only Packer that I trust is Jordan Love. So yeah, I picked up Jacobs in the first, I think the first draft I did, just because I got him in a good spot. But yeah, Jacobs is an amazing talent. I think he was kind of, I don't know who wants to go play for the Raiders. Hopefully, well, actually, I hope they're terrible, but I also hope they're great and the Chiefs beat the crap out of them. So that would be cool. Walker, huh? I think that he's a better player than people give him credit for, but I'm not actually even convinced that he'll be their top running back by the end of the year, or maybe even at the start of the year. They seem to like Charbonnet quite a bit. I don't know if they got anyone else. So after this, I'm not going to draft for a little while. I'm going to do a deep dive into all the teams. Maybe I'll go like division by division, and I'll do that for the channel. But it will also be for myself because I've been concentrating on baseball all summer. I'm not even going to tell you how many fantasy baseball leagues I'm in, but it's a lot. So yeah, I kind of haven't been paying a lot of attention to football. So yeah, I need to get up to speed on a lot of things and a lot of people and a lot of teams. Harbaugh brought in, did he bring in the coordinator from the Ravens? See, I don't even know. This is the kind of stuff I need to find out. I need to know these things. Jonathan Taylor. Got 97. I'll bid 47 on him. Okay. Yeah, I only have 4 players, and half my money's already spent. So I need to be a little bit more discerning on how much I'm spending. Saquon, I love the fact that he's in Philly. Unless they're playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl or whatever, I always root for Philly. My daughter lived there for a while. Andy Reid's their former coach. I always respected them. McNabb was a fantastic quarterback, and Saquon was literally the Giants' entire offense, and he got hurt a lot with the Giants. And I think a lot of that is because he didn't have any protection. I mean, if no one's blocking for you and you're just taking all the hits constantly, I mean, of course you're going to have a little injury history. He had one at Penn State already, but I think depending on how the Eagles' offensive line is going to do without Jason Kelsey, it could be a really good situation for him. He's a little bit older, but, I don't know. I think he still has some miles left on him. But I'm not bidding on him either. So, who do I want to bid? I do not want Drake London. So I'll nominate him because someone's definitely going to outbid me. Although, looks like his average is 26, even though his projected is 32. Kirk Cousins is thrown to him. I still need another receiver. Oh, there are players that I'd rather have that I think I can get for less. So yeah, sorry, Drake. I also make decisions on players for really stupid reasons sometimes. Drake London, the name doesn't really roll off the tongue. And I know that is just the dumbest thing. But there are times where I pick a player just because I like their name. And it kind of pans out sometimes. Deshaun Jackson. I thought he had a cool name. I didn't even realize he was a rookie. But his rookie year, I picked him, and he was outstanding. I got points for his touchdowns. I got points for his returns. Yeah, and I picked him because it was a late pick. Didn't really matter who I picked, and I liked his name, and I picked him, and he worked. And I don't know. Sometimes you pick players for dumb reasons, and sometimes you don't like players for dumb reasons. Rashad White, I don't know. I'm not really sold on him. I think he has a lot of potential, but he's not worth where they're projecting him, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll leave him alone. Who's next? So Brandon Ayuk. I do need another receiver. I do think he's worth more than the average, for sure. We'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. So he's up to 19, 20, 21. He'll probably just steadily go up, but I'll drop a bit in here at the last second, which is pretty much what everyone always does. If I can get him for 30, I'll take him. I might go a little higher, but I'm not going to get him for 30. So I guarantee that I will be outbid. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully I get him for 27. That'd be awesome. Nope. I'll go up to 30. So 29 is going to be my highest bid because if someone outbids me, they're going to bid 30, and that's my ceiling. All right, got him for 29. Cool. So I've got... I have too many quarterbacks. I've got my receivers. So I need a running back and a flex. And yeah, then I'll probably start waiting for lower value players. Now that's when these kinds of drafts, they get pretty boring. A regular snake draft is usually going to be over in 40-45 minutes. These can take hours. In a snake draft, you have 1 minute to pick, and if you don't pick, it auto picks. A lot of people will pick in way less than that 1 minute, so the time goes by super quick. In this, people could be bidding up a player for 3-4 minutes. Kelsey. Do I really want to spend that much money on a tight end, though? I've got 68, and I'm going to need... I need another running back, and I need a flex, and I need a tight end. I'll go 26, but no higher. Okay. Sorry, Trav. Travis Kelce kind of, he almost counts as a wide receiver, in my opinion. And he's worth every penny of that value. But I've got $68 left, and so I only have 5 players, so 10 more players. So I can spend an average of $6.80. Now, in reality, I'll probably be getting... I'm going to spend $1 on defense. I'm going to spend $1 on my kicker, and I'm probably going to spend $1 on most of my bench. So that gives me a bit more money to spend on other players, and I do need another receiver. I do need a tight end. Laporta, I would go after. Oh no, I don't need another receiver. I need a running back, and I need a flex position. Running back, though, there's not a lot that I love. This is a weird year for running backs. There's not... I don't know. There's kind of a dearth of them. I try to get James Cook. Alvin Kamara, he's going to get touchdowns, that's for sure. Catches out of the backfield well. Deebo Samuel went for 22. So Nick's notable team got themselves a deal. Yeah, so I'm all good on quarterbacks. It was probably dumb to get 2 quarterbacks that high. Oh, Kamara. All right. I'm going to try to get him. So going up a little faster than I'd love, but I'll go up to 12. He's going to go over that. Okay. Not getting Kamara. But yeah, probably shouldn't have gotten the 2 quarterbacks, for $20. But I mean, really, they're the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. I'm worried about the Bills' offense and who he's going to be thrown to. Oh wow, Kamara's up to 17. Wow. Nope. Got my mind on running backs. Aaron Jones. He might need to run the ball a bit more up there in Minnesota. He's a good back. But just I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. Sam Darnold is going to be their quarterback. Who knows, though? Sam Darnold, he was drafted by the Jets, if I'm correct. I've always said the Jets are where quarterbacks go to die. Um, but every once in a while, there's a Geno Smith that's resurrected somewhere else. I don't think Sam Darnold is going to be resurrected. I don't know. He's a backup, decent backup, but he does not belong in the starting lineup, in my opinion, at any team. So I thought he was overrated in college. He just had good players around him. So yeah, these salary cap drafts can get pretty boring. Um, there's a lot of waiting. I mean, I had a baseball salary cap draft once. I didn't have any money left. I think I needed 10 more players, and I only had $10, so it was $1 a player. And I just turned it off. I'm like, I'll let it auto pick. And I turned it back on an hour and a half later, and it was still going on. So depending on how this goes, I might just end this live stream a little bit early. But who knows? Maybe I'll think of some stories to tell. So I got nothing. I'm sure I'll think of something. Maybe I'll take a look at some of these players and talk about what I think. A friend of mine suggested I make a top 100 and compare it against Yahoo's. I think I'm probably going to do that. Probably have that in like a week or so. DeAndre Swift, Chicago. He might be underrated. I'm gonna put him on my watch list. Tony Pollard, not really a bruiser or anything like that, but he can catch the ball. Of course, he's at Tennessee, so I guess if you're Tennessee and if you're gonna throw the ball, you may as well throw it to a running back because they're not throwing the ball all that far. I'll take a look at Najee Harris. I might do a little running back by committee thing. All right, let's nominate DJ Moore. I like DJ, but I don't need a receiver, but I do need a flex. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams. I don't think that he was the best quarterback. I don't really agree with him being the number one pick. Chicago thought differently, and guess what? The Chicago Bears probably know more than I do, but with the way they've been playing lately, maybe not. I think that Justin Fields, I don't know, Justin Fields is a lot better than the player that we saw playing for the Bears. He didn't have anyone. I mean, DJ Moore was there to help him, but there was no offensive line, no defense. Justin Fields was basically doing it all alone, running too much because he was running for his life half the time. I would have liked to have seen the Bears trade down and get some weapons and some protection for Fields. So he's at Pittsburgh now. Is that where him and the guy who used to be at Seattle and Denver? Is that where they went? Give me just a sec. Yeah, so they're at Pittsburgh. Um, I I could really see Fields being their starter. I think that they probably brought in what's his name as kind of like an elder statesman, kind of bring Fields along because Fields still has a long career ahead of him. Um, Cook is at 22. Yeah, that's too much. Um, but yeah, I knew he was going to get hurt last year, but I picked him as my QB1 in my friendly league. Um, he did get hurt, but I don't regret picking him at all. Um, so yeah. Oh, okay. So the friendly league. What happened? Started out 0-5. Most of my players got injured. All right. Looks like let's back up. All right. Working better than yesterday. That's for sure. Um, Bucker. I'll do 4 for the Chiefs kicker. Why not? He's a idiot, but he's the one kicker that I think can bring you enough value to spend more than $1 on him. Then I'm getting bored. I want to fill out my team. So yeah, started at 0-5. Everyone gets injured, but I just worked the waiver wire. Multiple moves. Started thinking about the future. Picking up like I picked up the Cardinals quarterback, Kyler. I just said his name a little while ago and I already forgot it. But yeah, I won 9 games in a row. So I end up 9-5 and I'm in second place and secured the first round bye in the playoffs. And then I looked at the schedule and I had a game scheduled during the bye week. I was like, what? Well, turns out the commissioner made some changes and accidentally added another week and put the championship game in the final weekend of the NFL, which, half the starters aren't even playing. So I don't know. There was kind of no point then. I lost that next game, so that knocked me out of the first round bye. And I don't know, I kind of stopped caring after that. I was a little upset. I had one of the greatest comebacks I've ever made, from last place to second place, 9 straight, first round bye. I was going to do a lot of bragging about that after I won the league. I had everything set. I was ready to go for those 2 playoff games and likely would have won them, but didn't happen. So yeah, that was fun. It wasn't for money. If it was, even if I had $5 in, I think everybody probably would have protested. I don't think he did it on purpose or anything like that. Just, it made a change and he couldn't figure out how to change it back. And he's busy, has a job, and probably didn't want to spend a whole bunch of time on it either, and I don't blame him. Yeah. $11, huh? I should probably put a bid in on him. So I might end the live stream here. This is, I think, doing a salary cap draft live streaming was probably a bad idea. But hey, it's the second video I've done, so I'm sure I'll have a whole lot more bad ideas. So I'll give it a few more minutes, though. See if I can get my running back. Sometimes I get bored and just start bidding on players for the heck of it. I like Waddle quite a bit. He got hurt last year, but we'll see if we can get him for a good value. He could be my flex guy. So I go 18. I don't know if I'll go higher, though. Yeah, not going up there. So yeah, I'm tired of this. I'll bid 24. See, this is what has happened to me in the past. I get bored in these salary cap drafts, and so I just start bidding on players just so I run out of money, and I can basically set it down. It can auto pick for me, and then I can pull the rest off the waiver wire. McBride, tight end. I don't know that he's worth that. The thing here is, though, I still have a couple of holes to fill, so I can't just set it down and walk away. I got to get that other running back and that flex position. So I kind of have to keep going until I get those. But I might push it a little bit now. Like I said, I'm getting bored. I'll bid 12 on him. Why not? I'll take care of a tight end if I get him. And I don't. I'm not bidding 15. So let's just look at running backs. I'm just going to force the issue. All right, White. I don't know. He could be a backup or something, but not for that. See, the problem here is if I force a running back, I'm going to end up overpaying for him, but honestly, that's better than sitting here for hours waiting for the right person to be nominated or whatever. So I think whenever it gets back around to me, I'm just going to nominate the next best quarterback or the next best running back, and just go from there. Sam Laporta. He's good, but I don't know. His projected value's $4 higher than Travis Kelce's. I mean, yeah, he's younger. He's great, but I think they're probably pretty equivalent. All right, Aaron Jones. I'll overbid on him just to get that running back done. But it looks like he's going up pretty quick, so but I'll go up to 15 just because I'm bored. Okay. So he's at 13 now. All right, so if someone tries to sweep in, I'll bid 16, but I think I'll get him. Okay, cool. I got my running back. Now I need a flex guy, and then I'm good, and I'm gonna end this stream. So and I'll just let it pick the rest for me. And I'm sure, honestly, from here on out, when you get to this level, anyone can do anything, and you're going to be able to pull off the waiver wire, and you're going to be able to do well. It's about getting that core of your team put together. I've got that core of my team. I've got 2 stud quarterbacks, so if one gets hurt, I've still got the other one. And I've also got some trade bait. Diggs. I like him for that flex. I'll go after him. I'm surprised that he's as low as he is, probably because he's sharing a field with Collins and Tank Dell, but Diggs is clearly the number one there. I don't think Nico Collins or Tank Dell's a great deep threat, but I don't think either one of them hold a candle to Diggs. I think he's going to be much better than people realize. Okay, so that fills my flex. Who do we have left now? I still need a tight end. Mark Andrews and George Kittle. I have $37, max offer of $31. I'm just going to go after Andrews or Kittle. And do whatever I have to get him on my team. And so I got 31, average offer of 5.3. So yeah, I'm just gonna spend my money till it's gone now, and then let it auto pick for me. So yeah, I'll bid on anyone and everyone at this point. I like Devontae Smith. Just bid him up, get this done. I mean, I'm not going to go and spend $30 on Devontae Smith or anything like that, but I'll spend 20 just to be done and go do something else. All right, and I got him. Cool. So I think I'm putting together a pretty decent team here. So I still need a tight end. Should probably get another running back. I've only got 2. So yeah, next I'll concentrate on a running back next. So I'm like 5 away from nominating a player, and I will nominate, if Connor's there, I'll nominate him, and I'll do whatever I have to do to get him. After that, I'll try to get Eckler. I think Eckler is going to be underrated. I think as Jaden McDaniels, the quarterback, if he's any good, Eckler's going to have a good year. And I think his value will be a lot more than it is here. Last year he was a top 5 pick. He got hurt, obviously didn't bring top 5 value. But I still think he's one of the best running backs in the NFL. He can catch the ball. This is a half a point per reception league, so, running backs who are going to catch a lot of passes are valuable. Neighbors. I think if he had a quarterback that was not Daniel Jones, I think Neighbors could potentially be Rookie of the Year. But, he has a quarterback named Daniel Jones. I watched that Hard Knocks Giants offseason. Let me just say I'm not impressed with the Giants front office at all. They were not aggressive. I just don't like a lot of the decisions they made. Ramondre. I think the Pats are going to be better this year. But I don't know that I want him either. But I do want this to stop, so I'll offer 9. All right, so if he's there, I'm going to nominate James Conner and try to get him. And I'll go up to like $10-12 on James Conner. Again, I'm overspending right now, but if anyone is watching this, which I doubt anyone is, no viewers, that's probably good because you would be bored out of your mind. So, lesson learned, do not live stream a salary cap draft. I'll go and edit this later, turn it into something a little shorter. Take out a lot of the periods of silence. If I had anything good or interesting to say, I'll leave that in. But I'll try to cut it down to like maybe 20-minute highlight video or something. So yeah, I'm just going to get Connor whatever I have to do. Because I don't care. I'll go even higher than 12 for him. What the hell? $14A. Sweet. All right, so I have $6 left. And I need 5 players. So basically we're looking at like $1 a player. I could wait around and try to find somebody I could get for 2, but I'm just going to let it auto pick for me from here. So yeah, that's a salary cap draft. I've never done one in football. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I think I took a mostly balanced approach, but I kept all the balance to starters and important backups. As far as the bench players go, tight end, defense, I don't care. There's going to be waiver wire options. So we'll go with that. Anyway, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll put out some better content maybe later today or tomorrow. So, yeah. Everyone have a great